Okay, we are in. I'm just gonna go ahead and double check to see that YouTube is getting what it's supposed to be getting. Let me see. Looks like it is. Is it getting sound? Let me see. Yep, it is. Okay, good. Excellent. Okay, so welcome everyone. This is the first stream of 2022. I just got back from vacation here yesterday. I think it was yesterday, right? No, not yesterday. We got back on Friday. Yesterday was Saturday. So yeah, I'm doing Warframe today, which is something I haven't streamed before, so I was a little nervous about whether it would actually work, because I had trouble with getting Infinite to stream, so I was hoping this game would be more stable and able to stream easier, and it looks like it is, so that's very good. So today I am in Warframe, and I have this. I'm being a bit of an arrogant douchebag here, but I just thought I'd kind of show off some stuff. Mainly just the Warframe characters that I play as, just so that folks can get an idea of how I feel about the game and kind of what I am enjoying with it. So, the character you're seeing here is Rhino, and I see he's got an ick, as we like to call it. So I'm gonna go take care of that ick real quick, because I don't really want that on there. It doesn't do anything, but I don't like it, so I'm getting rid of it. So I sit in my little medical chair here, and the horrifying monster that occupies this part of my ship gets rid of the ick for me. And there's also some lovely visual glitches, as there shouldn't be. It seems to have duplicated itself a little bit, but that's okay. I'm willing to forgive that. So this game is incredibly deep. There are options on top of options on top of options. So this lovely character here is called Rhino Prime, aka he is a superior version of the Rhino character. This is what he looks like in his Prime version, and there's gonna be a lot of stuff that's not gonna make much sense, because this game is it came out in 2013 and they're still updating it, so there's gonna be a lot of stuff that you'll have to look into further if you're curious about, because I'm not gonna cover everything. But this is his Prime look. We have his standard look here. Oops, hold on, sorry. This is what Rhino looks like normally. This is his normal appearance. And they do have sexes. This one is male. So obviously there's his non-Prime look, and then the Prime look, and then of course the crazy customized version that I have, which technically is this. This is technically the underlying skin that is being used for this. I've just, as you can see, changed some colors around, and yeah, I couldn't change the red. The red stuff that you're seeing cannot be changed, so I was trying to make it green, like an emerald instead of a ruby appearance, but alas, that part of the skin cannot be changed. But yeah, so the game it's in third person, obviously. You have a primary weapon. As you can see, I've got a flamethrower here. This is one of the best weapons in the game. We've got these mini handheld rocket launcher things. These aren't the best in the game, but they're pretty good. And this thing here it's kind of like a frisbee. It's a glaive is what they call these. But it's not very good. I'm trying to get it to max level, which is 30. So it's got one more level to go before it's maxed out. And then, as you can see, also, this guy is also not max rank either. But my flamethrower and these mini rocket launchers are maxed out. So the reason I do this is because the game has an overall level. As you can see here, I am 11, and the max is 30, as it is for all the weapons and character models. And the way you raise that level is by maxing out the levels of characters, weapons, etc. You also have a companion. As you can see, I've got this robot guy, or if I wanted to, I can utilize my cat Floofles, who has customization as well. Normally, the cats can't be customized initially, but you can buy a certain thing to change their colors, and the armor that it's wearing is a free gift from Amazon for linking my Amazon Prime account. It's an Amazon Prime thing, but yeah. So I'm gonna switch it back to my robo friend here, and you can save up to 3 variations. That's what it looks like normally. That was the latest one, and this one is the first one I did. So they kind of each have their own color schemes that I can switch between. So that's the thing about this game, is that like every single thing can be customized to bejesus. Like all the weapons, all the characters, all the companions and pets, all the stuff can be tweaked to your liking. Even the ship color, this blue that you're seeing here, is under my command. I can make this color anything I want. I just thought the blue looked pretty good. And if you look out the window there, you'll see an even crazier looking ship. That is what is called a railjack. I'm not really sure why they named it that, but think of it as bigger, more impressive spaceship. And we are in the smaller spaceship. So this is kind of like your hub area that you can kind of hang out in. It's even got a personal quarters, but this is like your main area that you launch missions from. And then, you've got your various systems and tools and things around. The battle pass of sorts is called Nightwave. I'm all the way down here. I've finished with all the normal unlocks and have gone into these credits that you can use to buy stuff here. I'm not going to go into any of that, but like that, I said that was like the battle pass, but then we have all of these. Are called syndicates, or technically factions, that you can raise your standing. That's these numbers down here, and the maximum that they can be. And they can level up these to higher levels as well, and it's just like this isn't even scratching the surface. There's so much stuff. I was intending to show off some of the stuff that I have. As you can see here, we have a list of different character options that we have. This one all the way down to here are the ones that I have, and then the ones that have these numbers here are characters that I don't have, that I could either pay platinum for, which is the premium currency for this game. As you can see up here, I have credits, which is the currency you earn playing the game. I have platinum, which is the premium currency you pay real money for. And then there's other currencies for so many other things, that most of which are all in-game. There's one other premium currency out at the moment called Regal Aya, but I haven't bought any of that, and I'm not going to, because that's not as useful as platinum. The platinum can be used to buy just about anything. New characters, new weapons. You can, in the crafting station, if you want things to be done faster, you can pay platinum to make them finish sooner. Obviously, I would never do that because I'm patient enough to wait for it to finish on its own. But in order to get new characters, you have to build them. And in order to build them, you need their pieces. And in order to get their pieces, you have to run what we call relic missions. Oh, actually, one sec. I forgot to push out an update to Twitter. Hold on. Sorry. I usually do this at the beginning of my stream, but I kind of forgot to. So let me go ahead and do that now. Alright, there we go. Sorry. Brief distraction. So, we have here all the various pieces and parts of different things. It splits it out into weapons and wings, companions, appearance stuff, gear, keys, etc. All kinds of fun stuff. But the main meat and potatoes of this game are your various characters that you can play as. And right now I'm trying to make this guy, Necros Prime. I have all of his pieces done. The one problem is the credits. It requires 25,000 credits. And as you can see up here, I only have 3,000. So we're going to be working on that. I am going to switch away from Rhino because even though I do need to finish him out since he's only 22, I was intending to go through my various frames. So I'm gonna start with the one I used the most, which is Nidus Prime. I'm gonna switch him over to appearance B because this is the one I have been using the most lately. Appearance A is the one that I've used the most. And honestly, why don't we, for old time's sake, why don't we use this one? I say old time's sake, and it's like only been like a few months, like 2 or 3 months maybe. Maybe even just 2. I think I want to use a different secondary. Ooh, let's use this. This hasn't been done yet. So you can get 2 of these shotgun pistol things I'm holding here. As you can see, I already have one maxed out and customized, but I'm working on another one so that I can dual wield them. And yes, the dual wielding is, you literally have to make each gun and then max out each gun in order to do it. So we've got the flamethrower, we've got this ugly piece of crap here, my new shotty that I'm working on finishing out, and then our man here, Nidus Prime. This one is also male. Technically, even though they do have sexes, these things are simply fleshy, like metal flesh robots, essentially, is what you can think of them as. They are not human, even though they once were. In the lore of the game, these things were human, but they became kind of like robots, flesh robots, which makes no sense. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but you just have to trust me on this, that they're robots. In here, we have my actual character, who is, I call Boy. And if I switch over, now I am Boy. And this outfit Boy has is something that I had to work quite a bit to get. Like, his normal appearance, which I'll show you here. Let's go to it. But yeah, I made his face look like that because I just wanted to see how crazy I could get it. Like, his eyes, literally his eyes have like an entire... Here, I'll show you. Just look at this. If we go to... I guess it's not here, is it? But... Oh, here we go. Here's his features. Like, look at all these options. Inner color, outer color, eye glow. Like, look at all this. This is what I mean when I say that this game's customization is just outrageous. Oh, okay. I don't know what I don't have any of that apparently. So yeah, let's show you what he looks like by default here. Okay, so this is his default look. He's got this weird suit. And that, like, strange thing on the top there, his hood, looks kind of fleshy and weird. But, that's his default look. Obviously, this can look like whatever you want it to look like, but I'm not gonna switch that around. But this is Boy, and he is cybernetically connected to this robot. The wings that he has are just cosmetic as well. The cosmetic stuff breaks down into armor pieces, which I don't have any on. It breaks into what's called an ephemera, which is like an aura that can be around the character. In this case, I have the wings, is the ephemera that I have equipped. And then the last piece is called the Cyandana, which is a cape. And the cape I have is a tail, a dragon tail. So, but enough about that stuff. Let's go into the actual gameplay, shall we? So, I need a lot of credits. And I can pick from all of these different locations various missions. As I was saying about how to build stuff, that involves cracking open relics, which are these. I see I have one radianted, but I'll leave that one for later. It looks like I'm very, very low on void traces, so I should probably do some of those. I think I'm gonna do a pretty laid back, chill mission just to start out. Let's do a capture. Although, actually, damn it, sorry. I accidentally did, global. So now you're gonna see these other people running around who are my teammates. They've already captured the targets. This mission's already pretty much over. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the extraction, I think. And then we'll redo a mission where I actually play. Because right now I'm kind of hurrying to the exit because it's already done. Now you might say, well, this doesn't really look that fun. And technically, yes, these shorter, faster missions are, you know, not... You're gonna... When you start out, these aren't gonna go nearly as fast. The only reason I'm burning through it so quickly right now is because I did a global, so I had teammates, and they pretty much beat the mission, like, instantly. And so now it's just time to leave already, because the mission is over that quickly. But as soon as I'm done here, I'll start up one by myself so I can actually take my time with it. As you can see, the entire squad has to be here in order to finish. But it does count down if enough people are in the zone, and it pulls the remaining people along. So you can see my weapons are ranking up here very, very slowly. That's because I didn't do anything. Literally just kind of spawned in, and then the mission essentially ended because people were already done. So I'm going to switch it back to friends only so that I don't get any joiners. But yeah, let's switch out my companion here for Floofles so that I have my cat alongside me in battle. And then I'll do a mission here. I should probably do one where I'm not going to kill everything instantly. Let's see. Well, no, you know what? I like this. I like this tile set, so I'm gonna do these. Where's an extermination one? Okay, we'll do this one. This is a syndicate mission here, so that one of my factions that I am allied with will be happy for me completing this, which I don't really care about. I'm not, you know, I don't really need that to happen. I wanted to do this mission, so. And because it's a syndicate mission, I've got some AI teammates here. I'm going to tell them to hold position because I don't really need their help. So yeah, this is the gameplay. Obviously, I was just in a mission and kind of just scooted through without killing anything. Because someone else already captured the target. But now I'm supposed to kill everything that I see. So I'm just going to go ahead and murder everything, since that's the mission. And gather all the various loot that they drop. Use my different weapons. Oh yeah, this is the handheld shotgun, I forgot. Doesn't look like it's that effective, but it's just because I'm missing a lot. Oh, and I didn't equip any. So each weapon can be modified to have better stats, and this one is unmodified. So you can see how long it's taking me to kill anything. Even on this really easy mission. As you can see, I'm using my frisbee weapon. I can just throw it and catch it, but I can also make it explode and return to me immediately upon exploding. And it does a lot more damage when you cause it to explode, so. Grab some various loots. But the game is all about running through your levels and doing various objectives, like the find and basically kill a target and then like press X on them to capture them, quote unquote, which is the one I just did very quickly because my teammates basically did it for me. But this one is just straight up kill everything, so it's a pretty good example of what can be expected from this game. but it's very story driven. There is an underlying story that has fairly it's got a fairly serious tone compared to certain games like Borderlands that have a very unserious tone. I'm not going to do any story missions because, you know, that would kind of spoil things for anyone that wanted to do them on their own. But certain aspects of the story dramatically change how the game is played. I'm, again, not going to spoil anything, but some of that story does involve Boy. And I will say, anyone that is interested in doing this, playing this game, the story missions, at least in the beginning, like the very first story missions are pretty okay, pretty simple, because they teach you how to play the game, obviously. But some of the mid-level story missions are very, very frustrating. And in some cases, lock you in to doing them. So you cannot play any of the other parts of the game until those missions are completed. So just a word of warning, if you get into the story, make sure you're ready to do so. Make sure you're ready to commit to it. Because some of it's very frustrating. One of the story missions, I spent probably at least 40 minutes on one part that was very, very, very hard and very frustrating. So, just a word of warning. But it's all these levels are procedurally generated, so they're usually not ever the same twice. They're built out of tiled pieces, so certain level, like certain areas, like this room has a reactor in it, and some game types like Sabotage have you come in and screw with this panel, and then you have to sit here and defend it while it counts down or whatever. So this particular tile has occurred before, and in fact I don't think there's many tile pieces I've not yet seen, because you run these missions countless thousands of times, and that might sound a little boring to some folks, which, yeah, like, there'll be a time where I'm ready to call it quits for the night on this game because I've just played so many fucking missions, and it does get kind of repetitive over time. But the thing that drives me and Danny, my friend, who you guys have seen in Sea of Thieves in previous streams, he got me into this game because he got a new CPU for his computer, and it came with some kind of a pack for this game. So he thought he'd try it out, and it became our new addiction, essentially. So I've been playing this pretty much non-stop since the tail end of November. There's a huge event going on right now where a lot of the prime characters, which are the better versions of the existing characters, can be obtained without having to pay anything, assuming you have the slots for them. That's the one thing I will say about this game is, even though it is free to play, it does kind of require some monetary investment. And the way, what you'll be spending money on is platinum. You can buy characters when they first come out. Like, there's Harrow Prime is available to purchase right now. But that's not a good idea because they will charge you, like, Nidus Prime was the last character they had available to purchase, which is the one I'm using currently, and they wanted $50 just for the character itself. And then, in order to get his weapons, you had to pay, or maybe it was, I can't remember, maybe it was the regular version was $50 and the Prime version was $80. So $80 for a character. One single character out of the like 40 plus characters that they have available. Terrible, terrible idea. Do not ever I mean, I guess it's one of those things where if you have the money and you're not like willing to grind at all, you can absolutely pay your way to all of the content the game has to offer, pretty much. I like to stretch my money a little further, so I unlocked the character by grinding, and grinding the primes is actually one of the easiest things in the game, which is why I don't recommend buying characters, because it's so easy to get the primes. The catch is that the prime characters are like, they're kind of like seasonal in a way that they come and go, so you can't always get the specific character prime that you're looking for, and some of the characters don't have prime versions. Like Nidus Prime here is relatively new. I think he just came out last year. They just put him out in 2021 as the prime version. The regular version existed for a little while, like probably 2018, 2017 maybe. I'm not really sure because, I just started playing last year, so I'm not really sure which characters came out when. But right now, if I go to the market, you'll see right here at the very top, we have Harrow Prime is the new Prime character that's available. Previously, Harrow Regular was the only version you could get, but since January, or actually probably mid-December, this guy came out. So previously, this slot here was Nidus Prime access. And what that includes is a very big pile of platinum, actually. So, honestly, these packs are pretty good if you consider all of the stuff that they come with. I mean, look at, it's got 3,900 platinum, which the most I've had is 2,000. It comes with the prime character. It comes with 2 prime weapons, which are the things listed there. Scourge and Knell are the 2 weapons. Harrow Prime glyphs are just little icons that you can use. Like this one I have up here is a glyph, essentially, a little profile pic. A 90-day affinity booster means 90 days of boosted XP gain. The 90-day resource booster is stuff you pick up in levels, all that like building pieces, like basic building blocks crap, like proteins and stuff, I would say, is an example. And then prime accessories are things like the Syandana, which is the capes, ephemeras, which like this guy here, this is an ephemera. Actually, it's a Syandana and an ephemera, apparently. Okay, so the Syandana is that thing right there. It's not very big, as you can see. This says Syandana. And then the ephemera is, as I said, the essence, the like surrounding aura. And then it's got a few other armor pieces, like this shoulder, chest, and leg pieces. So the newest Warframe, which is what the characters are called, is this guy here, Caliban. He is the newest character that they put out at the same time that they released this. Down here we have Regal Aya, which is another premium currency that I definitely would not recommend purchasing. Railjack stuff that you can get, which I don't recommend because you can unlock that by playing the game. Void Rig, which you can get by playing the game, or again, you can buy it with platinum straight up, but that's kind of a waste. Formas can be gotten by playing the game. I'm not going to go into detail on those, but just know that these are for upgrading weapons and characters. Like I said, there's so much stuff. I haven't even gone through the abilities that Nidus has. So let me go to an open world area, and I'll demonstrate his abilities. Because each character has their own abilities in addition to your guns and weapons that you have. 4 abilities each character. And some characters have more than 4 because they have multiple forms. Like one of the ones I'm going to show here in a bit, Sevagoth, is a multi-form character. So I demonstrated the flamethrower, the little handheld shotgun, and the frisbee glaive thing. These are my weapons. But I also have abilities. And I'm not going to get into the Archwing, which is a pair of wings that I have just yet. I'll go over that here in a minute after I've done his abilities a little. Let's see. Where do I want to go here? Which is closest? Probably the spaceport. I'm going to go there. So, in the open world areas, they're huge, giant maps. There's only 3 of them in the game so far. This one is called Orb Valis, which is on the planet Mercury. There is another open world area called, it's either Cetus. I think Cetus is the town. Probably the Plains of Eidolon is what it's called, but that's on planet Earth. It's the most Earth-like, even though it does seem pretty alien. And then there's an open world area called, what's it called, on Deimos, which is, I think that's a moon of Mars, isn't it? But Deimos is a very weird place. It's home to a lot of infested stuff and very strange alien things. As you can see, this area is not exactly normal either. It's also very alien-like. I call this place Toasterland because in the town, which is down there, it is the town of Fortuna, has a bunch of robo people that have human torsos and limbs, but they have robotic heads. And they all kind of resemble toasters. So I call them toaster heads. I think their actual name is... what are they actually called? Let me see here. Maybe I can find out. See if I have it here. I don't. But their faction is something. I don't remember. The thing I remember of them is Toaster Heads, so that's what I call them. They had a really, really tough mission to actually be able to use anything in their town. And it was really annoying to me, so I was kind of annoyed at them and didn't really like them. And Danny tells me that a very weird thing happens when you reach max rank with them. The Corpus is what these enemy types are called. Ah, crap, Foogles is down. Let me help him. So these enemies here, these robot enemies, are called Corpus. And they're not terribly difficult for the most part. It's just this area is a pretty high difficulty area that I'm in. So I'm going to demonstrate some of his abilities here. I'm going to use my what is called virulence to build up my mutation stacks. As you can see in the bottom right corner, there's a number 0 and sort of a wheel that's filling up. And if I get that to 15, I can resurrect without using one of my 4 revives. When you die in this game, you can revive 4 times per mission. If you fail, if you die more than 4 times, you lose, and you have to go back to the start. And you don't get any of the stuff that you claimed during your mission. So it's really bad to go down 4 times. So they're kind of kicking my ass a little bit, so I have to kind of run around and be a little bit more aggressive here. I don't have enough energy to do my abilities. So you have health and energy. Kind of like in Dark Souls, their energy is kind of like stamina. Shit. Floofles is probably dead. I'm probably dead now too. Yeah, this area is getting pretty serious. Floofles is gone, unfortunately. Floofles does not die permanently. It's just I can't have Floofles with me during this mission. As soon as I go back to my spaceship or even the town, the Fortuna, Floofles will be right back again. It's just for this mission he's gone. Because I couldn't revive him because I was being attacked by too much crap. So I'm gonna try and can I not? Oh, there we go. Now my stuff's working. So I've got a thing that sucks enemies in, and then I use my virulence to get mutation stacks. And I've got enough mutation stacks to do this other ability, which creates a parasitic link, is what it's called. I call it the umbilical cord because that's pretty much what it is. But so I am now linked to this enemy, and damage given to me is transferred to it. Not all of my damage, mind, only some of it. But it's also healing me as I am attached to it. I'm kind of draining life out of it, even though it doesn't appear to be losing any health. I was hoping enemies would kind of come to me. Because if I do my virulence, it does the virulence too. So it makes 2 waves of virulence, which is really nice. Helps me build my mutation stacks. So I'll do it on this guy. And I don't know if I'm wondering, I think my virulence stacks twice over, considering I've got 2 going from him. Not many enemies are spawning, which is a little annoying, because they killed my cat off and now they're not willing to play ball here. Yeah, I have a maximum wanted level up there, up to the left, next to the mini-map. It shows how much this faction I'm fighting does not like me, which is full. So they really do not like me. As you can see, I got too far away from my target for the parasitic link, so I no longer have that going, unfortunately. My last ability, the ultimate, creates this lovely cloud of, or like field of mutation shit, which boosts my ability to it basically boosts my abilities. But that guy had a thing that depleted all my energy, so unfortunately I have no energy at the moment. There we go, got some. Surprised I have no enemies attacking me. I have maximum rank here of their dislike. Those towers are causing that to go up. So I'm kind of reducing my wanted level a little bit by doing that, by destroying those. I'm kind of just looking for enemies to murder off. I'm not really seeing any. But yeah, so Nidus's abilities are kind of balanced out. They have the first one gets his mutation stacks up. His second one has a chance to build mutation stacks as well, but you have to kill enemies that are caught up in the ball in order for that to happen. And then his third ability is to create the umbilical cord that sucks or transfers damage and also heals you faster slightly. And you can actually link up to allies as well. Co-op allies can be linked with, and it boosts their abilities as well. So it's actually more beneficial to do it with allies. But I'm doing solo right now, so. Technically, I'm doing this very poorly. You really want to get enemies all in a big bunch to use my abilities, because that's how they work best. But I'm kind of finding it hard to find a bunch of enemies all grouped up. Like I said, I'm trying to get to that 15 stacks, which is actually kind of hard. Unless there's just a ton of enemies. It works really good in crowds, but with these like 1-2 enemies that they're sending after me at one time, it's not ideal. As you can see, my virulence crap that I do does hurt them a little, but not much. And when I use my abilities, I get a refund of some of my energy back. If I hit an enemy. If I don't hit an enemy, I get no refund. So I burn all my energy and get nothing out of it. So it's really important that you get a whole crowd of people. And I just died once. So I revive and I lose all of my mutation stacks and start completely from zero. So it kinda sucks. This area was not the best place to go because for some reason the enemies are just not grouping up. They're just sending 1 or 2 really like super beefy enemies that kill me very quickly. And that's really, really hurting me in terms of trying to stay alive. I'm not getting, and they're also draining my energy too. So it's like, not only can I not use my abilities, but then there's, they're not crowded together, so I'm not hitting them. Technically, I'm using some kind of crappy weapons, so that's not helping either. So yeah, this game can be played with controller perfectly, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm not using keyboard and mouse, but most people, I think, play this with keyboard and mouse. I'm just not very good with keyboard and mouse, so I'm using controller. Just trying to get to that 15 stacks if I can, so I can demonstrate the revive. If I can get there, I don't know. It's going to be kind of hard. So I like to group them up with that ball technique, and then use the virulence on them. Because the virulence, if it hits an enemy, it gives you a stack. So if you hit like 6 enemies at once or something, you get a lot of buildup quickly. I picked up a mod, which is what you use to upgrade your characters and guns and stuff. They just give me tons of energy from that. Those little blue balls that popped out, those are energy balls. So that was very helpful to get those. I'm really trying to get to 15 here. Oh god, bigger enemies are spawning now. The good news about the bigger enemies is that they can survive getting hit with the virulence longer, and each time I hit them, that gives me 1 up on my stacks. So technically the bigger enemies are also really good too for getting stacks. It's just they hit a little harder, obviously. And I'm once again getting my ass kicked. Oh yeah, I'm getting totally fucked now. Yeah, I'm dead. Well, there goes all my stacks. It's so weird because it's like you'll have no enemies at all, and then all of a sudden there's just like you're trying to escape and there's just too many. It's like there's a very uneven balance of things. It's like, as I said, it's like 1 minute there's nobody, and the other minute there's like everybody. And these blue things that keep happening are enemies spawning in, but I have no energy and no stacks, so I'm pretty much fucked. I think this stupid fucking spider bot thing here is the cause of my problems. Because I'm not killing it and it's killing me. And then enemies are not spawning. So I'm not doing very good. I was doing pretty good for a minute. I had like 13 stacks, almost the 15 I needed. And now I have 0. So pretty much when I see my health getting below half, I need to flee. Most characters have shields and health, but Nidus only has health. So once your health starts getting low, you pretty much have to run for it. Nidus has health regen. Other characters do not. That's kind of a trade-off for him not having shields, is that he gets a little bit of health regen, but it's pretty slow. That big turret's not helping. Okay, turret's gone. You can see I've not been using my other weapons much because they're kind of bad. Those blue auras fuck with my abilities and make me so I can't use them. Or drain my energy. Really? I died again? Jesus. Okay, well, I'm trying to get to 15, but it's proving to be very difficult here. As you can see, I now have sort of a crowd, and my abilities are working a lot better. Until they start draining my energy and blocking my abilities, and then they become not as good. So I need to get away before they evaporate my health again. So the enemies that have those blue ability nullifying things that really suck. I gotta stay away from them. Getting there. Super close. If you play your cards right, you can really get his stacks up high really quickly. You gotta be really careful. Okay, so I'm at 15 now. I'm gonna keep it going because you get a free revive for every 15 stacks, and it goes up to like 200, I think, which I've never. I think the most I've ever had is like 40 stacks. Obviously, you can get quite a lot of them pretty quickly. Oh, well, see, I died, but since I had the 15 stacks, it revived me anyway, and put me at half energy. Or was it half health? I think it's half health. But I'm going to go ahead and flee now, because I've demonstrated, I think, enough. Gonna murder a few more enemies. I don't think I could kill that thing with what I have, so I'm gonna head out. But yeah, that area is, it goes from being like not very many enemies are there to being an overwhelming force that murders you in half a second. So you have to be on your toes. One of the things that you can get in this Fortuna town and open world is a skateboard, which is this. The skateboard can be customized, but I don't have that yet, because it kind of requires another faction, the skateboard kids. You have to kind of buy stuff from them, and I haven't done it. The customization is a little lacking on the skateboards, so. But you can do all your standard tricks, including this sideways is a grind, which I'll demonstrate here. It obviously got hit on that thing, but yeah, you can kind of grind to an extent. So I'll go back to town here. And I'll switch out my Warframe to a different one. Demonstrate another character. But that's Nidus. He's a virus kind of thing. His stuff's all about mutation and virus stuff. Grabbing enemies and sucking them in and turning them into your own personal health pools and whatnot. I wasn't using his abilities very well, but as you can see here, we have a whole slew of people. I like how that guy's stalker thing is offset. But these are the open world MMO-y style areas that have a big expansive outer area in addition to the little town with all the people. As you can see here, there's an example. Vox Solaris is their faction. But yeah, you can see they've got like human limbs, kinda, but also robot heads. Like that one. This is the main one here. Main leader of the town, Yutiko, which is a she. She is female, I guess. Well, she sounds female. I don't know if she actually is, but they might have referred to her as her at one point, so. But, yep, this is Nidus and his various wonderful stuff, all the fun things. I'll actually show you what he looks like normally with no stuff on him. Oh, actually, I guess I can't, can I? Because I have all the slots filled with different colors. Let me see. I'm trying to think if there was a way to show him. Well, you'll have to look up and see what he looks like default. I can tell you his gold stuff that he has on him, that's default. I didn't touch that. I changed a white color that he had to black, so he's kind of got like a dark gray, white, and gold. But I changed it to black, and then he has like a blue. I changed that to green on there. So next up, we will showcase my other favorite character that I've played a decent amount with, which is Sevagoth. So as I mentioned, Sevagoth has two forms. I wonder if he's got the ick on him. I can't really tell. So Sevagoth is also male. He has some very interesting abilities. But let me show you his default look here. So this is the one I have chosen. Obviously I really like the wings and the tail, so I use them a lot. But this is his default look. He's got like a light purple and white, which I wasn't really a fan of, so I changed it to this green. And the stance he has, this is one of his stances. He's got, you can even, again, change the way they look when they're just standing still, which, as I said, this game is filled with customization. But without further ado, let me throw in some stuff to make this a little better. Not much as it... Oh good, I'm finally done with this. Okay, so I can finally stop using this thing, which is good because I kind of hate it. But all of these are melee weapons. This one, the Broken War, is a story weapon, and it's very potent. This is probably my best weapon, this sword here. I'll go ahead and demonstrate this one. And then I'll switch from the flamethrower to my best primary, which is the Exceltra. This is an auto-fired rocket launcher, which sounds pretty crazy, and it kind of is. So without getting too lost in the weeds, let's go ahead and get rolling. I'm also, to save a little bit of time, I'm going to demonstrate the wings. Not the wings that you see here, these bat wings. I'm talking about mechanical ones here. Let's see. Archwing. I have a different archwing that's not default. This particular set of mechanical wings is called Itzel, and they are the fastest. I picked them because I liked the way they looked, and the fact that they are the fastest was kind of a bonus. But these wings can only be used on open world stuff like this, or there's certain space missions where you fly around in space and you can use them then. But this is one of the 3 open world areas, so that might be kind of a Debbie Downer for some people to learn that this game does not have more than 3 open world places. What do I have? Hold on a sec. I actually really want to take a look at what I have mod wise on this guy, because I'm going to be going back to an area similar to the spaceport, and I don't want to get my ass kicked. I have good weapons now, so I should do better, but I want to see what stuff I have on him. So I'll go to Arsenal and check the mods I have on him. Okay, so I have all the mods equipped. Dang. Ooh, his armor is super low. That's not even remotely. Oh, okay. So Nidus has what I call a golden potato, because these things kind of look like potatoes. So if I wanted to, I could upgrade his mod slot number up here, the capacity. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it as is. I wonder if there's anything I can equip on there. Just health up high, because this guy's abilities feature health regen, like Nidus kind of, but he has the ability to have shields. Let's see. Is there any? Where's the armor stuff? Oh, well, that's armor, but there's shields, is what I meant. Shields. Oof, I cannot do them. Okay, that's unfortunate. Dang. So he's probably going to be kind of squishy compared to Nidus, because Nidus has like 1,000 health, but then he also has 800 armor. This guy's got 200 armor, so he's going to be a lot easier to kill. So I may not survive, but we'll go ahead and use the wings again. And let's go to... What's up here? Where's the Temple of Prophet at? Temple of Prophet is another area that's similar. There it is, I see it. Okay. So it's... These open world areas kind of have, at least this one has some major areas where a lot of enemies spawn and are very hard. So they're good for demonstrating my abilities. So Sevagoth's abilities are about the big shadow that he can spawn. So I'll demonstrate a little bit here. I'll send out the shadow to kind of swoop around. It looks like I'm already needing to revive my poor cat. Ah, crap, I died already. Jeez. My cat died already. Okay, so I revived myself, thankfully, but my cat's unfortunately dead. So I'll use... Well, I guess I can't because I don't have enough energy at the moment. Let me get some energy real quick as I escape. Crap, I'm dying. See how fast I'm dying because I have no armor. I have 200 armor versus the 800 I had before with Nidus. Oh gosh. I didn't use... Oh, well, I'm already dying again. So if I go through enough enemies, I can resurrect. So I resurrected. And I can do that infinite times. It's just, you gotta have the enemies around to do it. So your allies are killing everything and you have no enemies to kill, then you're kind of screwed. Oh, I've already got spider bots. Wow, jeez. They really want me dead. So his gloom ability I've just used, it looks like it just disappeared, which is odd. I'm not really sure why it just vanished like that. So I'm trying to stay away so I don't die. Oh gosh. Bigger spider bots are appearing. This is bad. Oof. 8 health. One tap and I'm down. My shields do not last very long. As you can see, I am much better equipped with Nidus because of that golden potato. So I have his stats boosted a lot higher. Nidus also has a lot of armor by default, whereas this character obviously does not. This area is quite hard. The fact that I've even survived this much is kind of ridiculous, because the enemies that are spawning in are ridiculously high level enemies. There's a little few crappy ones here and there, but most of the enemies are the more deadly ones. I'm trying to get my energy back, but it's just barely trickling in. I gotta get some of those energy balls. Problem is I can't get too close because otherwise I take a lot of damage. Oh, an energy ball, thank God. I need those. Okay, so his ability that I've used, Gloom, gives me health if I do damage within this circle of effect. But they have to be within the circle and they have to be taking damage. So it's really good if you can get in a crowd of enemies. Again, it's kind of enemy dependent. Because if they're shooting me from afar with something, then I take too much damage and die. But as long as something is taking damage inside of my circle, I get health back. Not shields, mind. Health only. That's, I think, one of the reasons why his health is has got more of a boost than the shields do, because his health, it can be recovered, but the shields kind of just recharge on their own. So once again, I'm kind of, now that I went out of the area, there's kind of not anything spawning. But this Gloom ability, I think, lasts for a very, very long time. And it doesn't drain his energy at all. That's nice. So let's see. If I can find some more enemies now. Let's go down in Temple of Prophet here. Hopefully some stuff will spawn in here. There's an enemy. He's making the wanted level higher with his little stick. Oops, I turned off my gloom and got back on. don't get staggered and I'm attacking shit in my circle, I stay alive. That's the key. I gotta stay in the circle. I gotta have enemies in the circle and dealing damage to them. So this guy can be pretty good at surviving. It's just you gotta be close. The circle is not very big. And then they do that kind of shit where they knock me away and they deplete my energy and all that fun stuff. So it can be kind of hard to survive. Shit, I don't have any energy and my gloom is not active. I don't have any energy to reactivate it either. Shit. Trying to keep the wanted level a little higher so they spawn, but I need energy. I'm not getting any. I died. So this is the shadow, if you haven't noticed, or couldn't tell. And if I kill enough, I do enough stuff, enough enemy things, I can come back, but I'm kind of missing. No, I died. I didn't get him fast enough. So I'm going to try and do his thing where I can summon the shadow without dying. But if they keep knocking me around... Oh, I've died again. Ah, shit, really? Wow, I didn't even... I kept going through them, but I kept not getting them, apparently. So even with, like, the best weapons in the game, you can still die very easily. And I have no energy again. I hate that I have no energy again. And I can't get away from them. There's just so many now. I am dead. Wow. Yeah, I might actually lose if I stay here too long. I'm trying to get his thing filled up so I can do the transformation. But I mean, I guess you've already kind of seen the shadow. Already bleeding out again. Okay, I revived, thankfully. I get a little bit of brief invincibility, but then it goes back to damaging me. I really need energy bad. They keep knocking me around, which is really annoying. Fucking turrets. Why are there turrets inside? They just start spawning like crazy. And before you know it, there's like, I ran away and I just ran into enemies everywhere I went. And now there's nothing. As I said, this game, it seems like it's really only these open worldy areas, but some other places have some trouble with it too, but it's just like, again, sometimes there's some and then sometimes there's nothing. Well, I need to kill some more enemies. But I need more energy, obviously. It's slowly building back up, but they kept fucking draining it. I realize this is unfortunately kind of one of the worst places to do this because, like I said, they seem to throw a bunch of really big, tough enemies that are not very many of them. And so then I don't get any energy drops or anything from getting kills because I'm having a hard time killing them since they're higher level. And now they're just not spawning at all. There we go. I still can't use his suck ability. I'm trying to fill up that little thing in the bottom right, and I'm having trouble. Well, once again, this endless crowd of fucking enemies now. They just start spawning and they just don't stop. Which would be good if I had energy, but I have no energy. Okay, so I revived, and my death well is still filled partially, so that's good. Perfect. But I have very little energy, and my gloom is not active. So I'm not going to get my health back if I do damage, because the ring is not out. They're being really fucking stingy with the energy. This sucks. Part of the reason I'm having so much trouble is I have no energy. So I can't use my abilities very much. That's what killed me a lot as Nidus earlier, and now it's doing a lot of bad shit to me here as Sevagoth. I'm once again out of enemies, I think. And running around a little bit to try and get them to spawn. This area's fairly big, and there should be enemies around. But it's doing that thing again, where it's either all a flood of thousands of them or none. Oh, there's one. And that just depleted my energy, I think. Awesome. And they're knocking me around and taking away my health and killing me dead. It's like one crazy high-powered enemy shows up and fucking wrecks my shit, so I can't do anything. Energy ball. Yes, good. And my death well is getting filled more. So I'll be able to do the shadow soon. I just have to kill a few more enemies with his second ability puts like a stink on them that when I kill them they fill the death well. But they have to have that stink on them first. That was a waste. Spawning again. It's dealing tons of damage again. It's like 200 damage in one hit out of my 700 total health. Energy is getting back up again. That's good. Just need a little bit more to fill the death well and then I can do the shadow. And send my shadow out to like stinkify the enemy. And that filled up the well a little bit. Let's see. I'm trying to, again, kind of stay away from enemies so they don't kill me before I have a chance to use the thing. Can't use his thing. Need another energy ball. Being super crazy stingy with the energy balls. That's another thing I've noticed about the open world areas. It's really hard to get energy out here. I have no energy. Can't do it. I think the gloom ability I have does use some energy. Okay, so the death well is full. So now if I have some enemies to murder, which it looks like I do, I can pull them in. Put a stink on them that makes them fill the death well back up. Can kill them, obviously. And then I can revert back to my Sevagoth form, which I'm going to go ahead and leave now. Because it's like I'm getting my ass kicked. But yeah, that's the Shadow in his not reviving me from death form. Oh my god. Oof. Rough. Very rough. So I like this frame a lot. This character. I call them frames, even though they're technically war frames. But we call them frames for short. But yeah, this guy is a lot squishier than Nidus because he has a lower armor value, lower health, and lower shields. The death well fills up to make the shadow usable, And he's got that gloom ring that gives me health regen with stuff inside the ring, but as I said, that ring's kind of small and he burns through energy when I don't get it dropping very much. But that's Sevagoth. He's my probably most favorite so far. Nidus I like a lot because he was the one I wanted first. I played with some of the default like starter frames and was like, when Nidus Prime was like farmable, I was like, yeah, I gotta get Nidus Prime because he's cool. So lastly, let's do one more. And then I gotta end here soon because I gotta go to the gym soon. I was thinking about playing some Infinite and discussing that a little bit more. Let's see, who else? Ooh, I just got Umbra Prime, or Excalibur Umbra here. So there is a Warframe called Excalibur. Let me see if I can show him. Here he is, Excalibur. Excalibur is one of the first frames that you can get. And he had a Prime version that they stopped doing. Like, that went out of rotation. So there's no more Excalibur Prime. But is a kind of a compromise to players that started playing after the Prime went away. They introduced this Umbra version. And so there's 3 versions of Excalibur. There's regular, there's Prime, and then there's this Umbra one. And I just got the Umbra version. Oh, let me switch back to Rhino real quick, because this is the Rhino loadout. I technically had one for Sevagoth, but let's do the Excalibur one. Okay, so I've got his katana that he comes with, and then of course the Exceltra and my pistol, my Lex pistol. He's not going to be nearly as good as there's another player that has Nidus with their setup there. They look like they're changing some stuff. No, they just walked away, but there's another Rhino example. That's like all these frames that I kind of vaguely know what they are, but I know Nidus the best because I played him the most. And then Excalibur has some different stuff. Let's see. His abilities are a quick slash that makes you go towards enemies. He's got Radial Howl that stuns and causes sentience to shed resistance. That's cool. Radial Javelin. Ooh, that's kind of neat. I've not used that too much. And then Exalted Blade is just like a more powerful version of his sword, which actually kind of like in Zelda, it does like a beam slash. So let's use that a little. So we'll go back to the spaceport since it's closest. He's also got, these wings have a grapple hook that can pull me in closer to things. So I can go extra fast. And I can use that ability as much as I want, I think. Maybe not. Oh shit, did I not go? Oh, I did not go to the spaceport. Hold on. Okay, so here we are at the spaceport again. Start attacking some enemies with my katana. It's got a fire mod on it, so it makes like a flaming arc, which is pretty sweet. Let's see. So he's down here. As you can see, I even have more health and shields for this frame. But the thing about it is this particular Warframe came fully loaded with the gold potato. So he has a lot more mod slots than Sevagoth has. I am not doing the gold potato on Sevagoth because they could potentially do a prime version of him later. There currently is no prime Sevagoth at the moment. But they might do that eventually, so I figure I'll just keep Sevagoth as is for now. Unless I get a whole bunch of gold potatoes, in which case I'll probably use it on him. Maybe. But I think I only have one right now, or maybe two. So I want to save them for primes that are, for Warframes that are prime, because the prime ones are the best ones. There is no such thing as a better version of the Warframe than prime. So the prime ones are safe to use the potatoes on because there's never going to be a better one. Unless they start doing Umbra versions, which they could do. Very unlikely, but they could do that. So I have not used any of his abilities yet. Let's see. There's an enemy. I did the teleport to enemy thing, but it didn't really seem to do a whole lot. Let's do the radial javelin. That was cool. That's like a shockwave. That's kind of nice. You get surrounded, I guess. Obviously my Exceltra is very potent. And I've got my Lex pistol, which is not at all potent. As you can see, it's not doing hardly anything to that man. Actually, he's got a shield around him, so it's not going to do anything to him. So I get through the shield. The bubble. You got a bubble shield. And you can see my Lex pistol is not doing a whole lot of damage. I'll revive my cat. If I can. Nope, I died. But if I revive myself, I also get my cat back, so that's fine. What is that thing? And then the Exalted Blade is being disrupted by that guy's and actually canceled it. Wow, he actually canceled my ability. Dang. That's what these enemies have the ability to do, is they can cancel my stuff. So the Exalted Blade sends out these waves of cuts that are like the beam things from Link's sword in Zelda. And then I can put it away at any time if I want, if I don't want to burn my energy any further. I'm having an easier go of it with this frame because like I said, he has a gold potato on him, so he's got more capability. The weakness obviously comes when I try to heal my cat. The cat is very squishy. Like, very, very, very squishy. Shit. I'll die again. And I died. I don't remember what that one does. So yeah, he's pretty standard. His abilities are very like normal, just kind of basic combat abilities, nothing really ridiculous. But like I said, this one is like they call this one the Umbra, Excalibur Umbra, so it's like an Excalibur Warframe, but slightly different. So that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and move on since it's now almost 3. I've been at this for like 2 hours, I think. I've only shown off 3 frames. And I actually did the worst with Sevagoth. But let's look at, like I said, his stats are really low because he doesn't have the boosted 60 out of 60 mod slot capacity, which the gold potato gives you. Normally they have 30, but if you give them the gold potato, it expands it to 60. So this guy is the latest frame I have made. Let's try one of the other ones. So we'll go back to A. So we had the Excal Umbra, we did the Nidus Prime, we did Sevagoth. Rhino is so straightforward, I'm not even going to showcase him because it's literally just defense. Like, he just gets stronger, and that's it. He can take more damage, that's pretty much it. This one is a pretty fun one, Garuda. She's interesting, so we'll use her, I guess. Oh, let's see. Okay, so the weapons are all the same on this one, okay. I'll change those out a little. We don't need to showcase. I want to showcase some of these other weird weapons, like, let's do my big Galantine. That one's fun. We'll do a different primary as well. Let's do I'll do one of the bows. I don't usually do the bows. And then I'll do the Exceltra, or the Icarius, which is the mini rocket launchers. Okay. So then we'll go out and showcase Garuda and what she can do. She's also really fun. Her abilities are, once again, if the pattern is recognizable, deals with regenerating health. She can actually even sacrifice her health to get more energy. So that's handy. If you need energy in a pinch and you have lots of health, she can damage herself and get health or energy from her health. So it trades the health for energy. And this is my big sword, Galantine. It's got a skin on it, so it doesn't look like Galantine at the moment, but I really, really like this sword a lot. The heavy blades are really fun. Where are these stupid fucking turrets? So her first ability is this shield that I can make, which helps protect me from damage from the direction I'm facing in, but does not do anything behind and to the sides of me, so I gotta be kind of careful. I can't find my cat. Oh, there's my cat. Here's my cat. She also does not currently have a potato. So she only has the 30. So her second ability creates that spike of impalement, which does lifesteal while I'm in, again, the circle. But the circle is around the enemy that's been impaled. So I cannot leave this circle if I want to keep the energy, the health regen going. The bow is not the best weapon. It's okay, but against the harder enemies, it's not so good. because it's very slow to fire. And even though it is powerful, it's a little, like I said, slow, and it's not good for crowds. Or enemies with lots of health and shields. And then that shield thing I have can be thrown back at enemies, which is pretty fun. So that's her first ability and second ability. I forget what this third one is that she has. I'm kind of losing energy though, so I gotta kind of back off a little. Shit. As you can see, I'm not doing much damage to that unless I switch to my secondary, which is the explosive pistols. Let's do her ultimate, which is a whole lot of death. Well, I thought it was. Shit. I guess I don't remember what her ultimate does, necessarily. More energy. Oh, her third ability is, like I said, the trading energy, or health for energy. Which, then you can use her second ability to get more health, so it kind of evens out. How's he even shooting me? Oh, I'm down. Jeez. Couldn't tell what was even hitting me. And this circle also gives health to my allies, like my cat, I think. So that's really nice. So yeah, the third ability is bloodletting, which gives her more energy from her health. Which now my fucking healing circle is gone, of course. Unfortunately, this circle does not heal my cat, which is unfortunate. Shit. Shit. So that gold enemy, I think, nullifies my energy and abilities. So I try to stay away from him. Shit. Need a smaller enemy that I can use as a meat shield here. All I got's the fucking scorpion thing, and it just killed my cat. God damn him. But my cat teleports to me when it goes down, which is kind of nice. Makes it easier to heal him. You can use her claws that she has, But I like my swords better, so. Sacrifice a little health, get my energy back, and then use my energy to get more health. One of the reasons I really like her, she's got a really nice synergy with her stuff. Oh shit, I undid the thing. I undid the thing bad. There we go. I was trying to make a shield out of that guy. As long as they don't take too many hits, I'll be okay. Shit. My health is gone. I think it kills the enemy at a certain point, as I'm slowly sucking away its health. Floofle's down, no. I'm coming, Floofle. As you can see, I have a much better handle on the situation where I can get health out of the enemies like this. It's one of the reasons I really like Garuda. She's got a really nice set of abilities. I'm just using some really garbo weapons. Oh god, I'm about dead. I'm dead. So see, even though I was doing better, I couldn't avoid the inevitable. I'm trying to kill that spider bot. Oh, I did a takedown on that guy, apparently. I got a toroid, nice. Those are really good items to get around here, those toroids. I actually don't remember what her ultimate ability does. I think she goes... Oh, I got another toroid, sweet. I think she goes around the various enemies and does stuff to them, but I don't remember what exactly. But that's Garuda, the Macrobay queen, I guess, is a she, female. I have a really hard time finding... Oh, there it is. It's hiding behind this mountain. I have a hard time finding the towns in these open world areas. I'll go to Earth real quick and demonstrate one more frame. Just gotta get inside the town so I can not be here and collect my goodies that I earned. Alright. 2 toroids, nice. I didn't get much money, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. Okay, so we'll go back to our main ship here, which is that thing, the green guy there. You might say, well, why is it blue on the inside if it's green on the outside? Well, I don't know. I just like the blue, I guess. But we'll do one more frame. One more tasty frame. Which one will we do? This A loadout is kind of my catch-all to do other. Let's do, let's see. I didn't demonstrate Revenant yet. He's not the best. Even though I do have a loadout specifically for him. Let's see. I've got Frost. Frost was the one I used a lot at the beginning. He was the second Warframe I had. I had Excalibur first, and then I went to Frost, And then I went from Frost to Nidus Prime. Then I got Ivara Prime here. I think I had Loki as well. I think I had Loki and Excal were my two starting frames that I had. Loki's kind of eh. And then I got Frost, like I said. Then I went to Nidus. Then I had Ivara. I still used Nidus the most, but I had Ivara for certain stealth-related things. Then I bought a bunch of Platinum, and I got Limbo, Garuda, Rhino, Revenant all at once, kinda. And then I worked on, I also got Titania, and then I got Sevagoth was the next one. Revenant and Sevagoth were the two that I was really interested in. But Revenant's not so great. Sevagoth is pretty good, but like I said, he's kind of weak at the moment. Let's do... Oh, I guess we'll do Revenant. Revenant's fine. We'll go to Revenant. Set as current. We'll use the Fulman this time instead of the Exceltra. I'll use the other shotgun to get it leveled up, and we'll keep the Broken War because that's the literal best sword I have, since we did not use the Broken War last time. Revenant's a little bit of a weaker frame, so having good weapons is important for him. His stuff revolves around turning enemies into allies, and his weird laser dance thing that he does. I once again can use the wings here on the plains of Eidolon, which is the Earth open world area. We'll be facing off against Grineer enemies, which are some here. Blast him good with my shotty. Use my Thrall ability, which turns the enemy into a temporary ally. You can see the enemy's kind of working for me, and it slowly moves to other enemies as well. So as they get close to other enemies that are not on my side, it turns them into more allies. It's a temporary thing though, so it will not last forever. And then he's got a Reeve, which goes through enemies and steals their health and shields if I need health and shields. As you can see, I have quite a lot of shields for this guy. That was not the case the last time I used him, so he's gotten a lot more shielding since then. Let's do his laser thing. So we've got this laser thing that can spin around and laser enemies. It uses so much energy though. As you can see, I am completely out of energy now, just doing that short little dance. But that's largely his abilities. I can't remember what his second one does, because the first one turns enemies into thralls or allies. The second one I don't remember. The Reeve is his third ability. I go through them and steal health and shields. And then the last one, his ultimate, is the laser dance. I'm struggling to think of what his second ability is. Let me check real quick. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's kind of like an armor skin that makes it so that attacks are deflected and they get stunned when that happens. So I'll demonstrate. So see, she just got stunned by attacking me. And so did he and him. The thing about it is it's hard to tell when it's active. Doesn't really do a whole lot of noticeable effect. This weapon that I have has unlimited ammo, it regenerates, like it's just like a battery gun. It regenerates the battery over time. But it's such a quick regen that it's almost like infinite ammo. It's a little slow and kind of like a shotgun, powerful hits, but not really very quick firing capability. But it's very powerful. And then we've got the shotgun that I'm working to upgrade, the shotgun pistol, which I'll use. Explodey ball. Enemy. It's got a good rate of fire, as you can see. This pistol thing. It doesn't go very far since it's a shotgun, but pretty decent still nonetheless. Unfortunately, unlike the Temple of Prophet and other areas on Orb Valis, I haven't really found a way to get enemies to endlessly spawn here. So this actually might have been a better place to do the demonstration of like Sevagoth and so forth, because the enemies are a little bit more calm here. They don't spawn quite as frequently, and they don't spawn like the really hard enemies very much. I can't make that thing my an ally. The turrets, they don't count. They're just environmental enemies. Oh, looks like we got it's another stupid turret. It's more like enemies. Like the dudes, the Grenier soldiers. They're not seeming to want to spawn. Well, let's go see if there's anything over here. We'll go to another enemy camp. Oh, let's see. I think that's another enemy camp. Yep, you see some enemies down there. I can get going real fast with this Broken War. It does the absolute most damage of all my melee weapons. So it kind of cuts through them like butter. A little unfairly, I might add. I guess I should have come here to demonstrate Sevagoth and Nidus, as the enemies, like I said, are not spawning very frequently here. What I need is a survival mission to do. I'm gonna actually leave here and go do a survival mission very, very quickly, because it's approaching 3:30 and I need to go to the gym and do grocery shopping. So let me quickly head back to town, the town of Cetus on Earth here, and then I'll do a survival mission so I get more enemies appearing. A survival mission generates the most enemies at once. Like, you will literally be swarming through dudes, but the good thing is, even though there's a lot of them, they typically are low-level enemies, so you can kind of blast through them. That's actually the best place to demonstrate the different frames and their abilities, because Nidus can get up to 20 stacks in like nothing, and Sevagoth can stay alive with his Gloom Ring, and Garuda again can heal herself very easily. So let's do a survival real quick. I'll get a lot more enemies appearing. And the guy I'm trying to build, Necros, he gets his power from dead enemy corpses, because he's like a dead theme. This guy is kind of like a ethereal ghost dude. Okay, so now enemies are gonna endlessly spawn everywhere in the map. No matter where I go, there will always be enemies appearing. So this will be a lot better to demonstrate. You can see they're already starting to swarm on me. Turn some of them into my thralls. You can see it spreads to a lot of other enemies. Steal their health and shields.
Fallen enemies will drop crucial life support. Be on the lookout.
Apparently killing my own thralls did a lot of bad, dispelled my thrall thing that I did. So it takes away all my allies, I guess, when I do that. So the point of this mission that I'm currently doing is to stay alive, actually. And the way you do that, you can see in the top left there underneath survival, there's a percentage dropping, and that's my oxygen, I guess, is the idea. Well, even though these things I'm controlling are robots and don't need oxygen. It's just basically a kill timer. If it hits 0, you're dead, you fail. So you gotta keep it going. And as you're seeing, it keeps staying at like 100 because I keep killing enemies. Because they drop little mini revival things. So they're pushing that percentage up a little higher. And there's also these life support things I can go to get that percentage up higher, pretty high, if I need it to. And I've got a companion that makes me invisible when I'm close to enemies. But it only works when I'm a certain distance away from an enemy, and usually by that time they've already seen me anyway, so it's kind of not helpful, but in a way it is, because if I'm in a crowd of enemies and I'm invisible like this, they won't attack me.
Life support on the way.
Okay, so I'm going to go to a life support since it's at 70%. This is a life support if I do this, which is you'll notice kind of like the revival of my cat, I get that percentage boosted. I don't like to do the laser dance for too terribly long because it drains my energy really fast. Looks like all my thralls got either killed or knocked over. Ooh, plastids, I need these. So again, as you just saw, I blasted that carapace thing and a bunch of plastids came out. And then this is a spore culture, so I get nanospores out of that. Those are building block pieces to make stuff. So the game is just chock full of objectives. Like there's the main objective for the mission, there's the gathering of resources objective, there's leveling up your character and weapons. It's just, there's so much to do. And that's what makes this game compelling, is that there's just the actual, like, what you're doing is not very like the level design is a little on the weak side because it's using these predetermined tile pieces that after like maybe 20 hours or so all start looking the same. And there's only like 4 or 5 different tile set types. There's Grenier, there's Infested, and there's Corpus. Those are the only 3 types at the moment. There actually is one more. I did forget about the Orokin, which is like a shiny gold and white. I haven't done that one on the stream yet, but that's technically the 4th type. So there's technically 4 types. But they have utilized it to make all of this. Okay, so I can leave now since I reached the time of the extraction. But if I wanted to, I could keep going for more rewards. I am going to leave because I actually have to get off and go to the gym here soon. I just want to get enough money to build Necros Prime. That's the one thing. One of the things that is kind of annoying is that the building times can be extremely long. Like, the Necros Prime character that I'm going to build is going to take 3 actual days. 72 hours it will take to build that. That's the case for all of the Warframes. They all take 72 hours after they finish the pieces. And all the pieces are like 12 hours a piece. So as you can see, that adds up quite a bit. But you just, you know, you get your building started and then you go do other stuff and you wait for it to finish. So let's see here. I still don't have enough. Okay, so I need to do something that gets me a lot of cash really quickly here. I'm going to do a sortie mission, I think. And in order to not be a wimpy wimp, I'm going to pick a more hardier frame so I can not die. These sorties give a crap load of credits. Oh. I have to have a bow for this. Okay, well that means I need to go equip one. It's wanting me to be stealthy on this. I have a character that uses bow primarily, Ivara, but she is not, like this, the level of difficulty for this is going to be too high for her. So I'll have to use my Excal Umbra. But these are, the difficulty level is 50 to 60, 65 to 80, and 80 to 100. So these are considered to be very hard missions that I'm doing. Oh shit, actually I really do not want to do this by myself, so I'll turn it back to global. And this is a 3-part thing where I do this mission, I do another mission, and then I do a 3rd mission. But once I'm done with all 3 of them, I get a ton of money. So this will make sure that I can build Necros Prime after I'm done.
I need you to.
And these other human players that are with me here will help me finish this faster and easier. I won't have to do it all by myself. Oh shit, it's bow only. Wow. Holy crap, that sucks actually.
A juggernaut nearby. It will only attack when it senses high concentrations of infested blood. Slow the fight if you want it to back away.
Man, this sucks. Bow only, jeez.
I am no longer detecting signs of a juggernaut. Move on, you are safe.
Okay, so other people are going that way. And somebody is going to A, I think. Yeah, okay, so that guy's going to A. So I'm gonna go to one of these other ones. It looks like they're going to B, so I'm going to go to C. I'm kind of blazing through the level because This one's about getting these stealth segments done. You gotta sneak through an area and do a computer. And my teammates are already pretty much gonna be done with theirs before I even really get started here. They're better at this than I am. And crap, this one looks hard. And I can only use my bow as well, making it extra difficult. Okay, so I get to the top, and then I gotta fall down and not trip these beams here. Ah, I fucked it up. Shit. Okay, well, I reached the computer, so I should be able to still get this.
You've triggered the alarms. Lose this data, and the mission will be a complete failure.
Okay, I got it still. So if you get to the main computer and hack it in time, you'll still win. We got one. Actually, we got two. Someone else got theirs. But it looks like whoever went to B is struggling. And we lost one of our 4 people already, too. But even if we fail at B, we've already got A and C. So we've already finished. We've already completed the mission. Because we only need to get one of the 3, I think. Oh, actually somebody got B. They hacked it. Okay, cool. This might have been one of those ones where you had to get all of them. I don't know. Because some of the spy missions require you to get all 3 without failing any of them. On the harder difficulties. So that might have been the case here. I'm not really sure. But we did succeed, thankfully. Nice. Complete. So we got it. 21,000 credits that time. That's all I actually even need to build the Necros Prime. Like, just that 21,000 right there is all I need. But I'm gonna try and finish the rest of this if I can. I hope it's not bow only for all 3 of them, because man, that would suck. Let's see. Okay, so yeah. Just a sec, folks. I need to get my Exceltra back. Hold up. Switch that to Exceltra.
Well put together, operator. Now get out there and cut down and make the Lotus proud.
Okay, so now I've got my sword, my Exceltra back, and my whatever my secondary item is. So now the condition is not bow only. Now it's only the energy that I have is reduced. So I can't use my abilities as much. But that's okay because this frame's abilities are not really that necessary. Somebody's using a bow still.
This infestation must be contained.
Oh, this is the hive destruction one, okay. I haven't done this game type much.
The synthesis scanner is detecting a potential target. Use it. Search for traces of the target.
Well, if somebody finds it, I'll certainly take it, but...
You are near a hive.
And when somebody finds a treasure, like I just did, or does a synthesis target in the mission, it gives it to everybody. So there's no competing for better loot in this, thankfully.
Every hive is protected by a series of tumor nodes. Destroy those. Destroy the hive.
Can't remember where these things are.
Juggernaut. Now
A
quick.
little, oh gosh, lots of enemies here. Lots of hard enemies.
A hive is nearby. Be on alert.
Trying to
There's
find
no
the
way to know
fucking...
how the infestation will react to this
Oh god, that's the Juggernaut, I think. Ugh. Whoa. You gotta find these stupid tumor things. Getting caught in the weeds here.
There is a hive in the area. You must destroy all the tumor nodes before you can damage the hive.
Yeah, we're trying to find those, but they're not very... Oh, the hive is vulnerable. Someone found all the things. Oh good, we're done. Nice. I was not much help this time. Oh god, it's the Juggernaut. Big tough enemy that's very, very hard to kill. Thankfully it can be easily avoided. Shit. Stupid fucking pit.
Job well executed.
So I got 32,000 that time. And then this last mission's gonna be 50,000. So it's like 100,000 credits in 3 missions. Whereas you saw me dicking around for like 2+ hours in the free roam areas and I got like almost nothing credit wise. Okay, so this is the last one. Oh, I lost my squad. I guess they did not like me. Let me change my color on this to the red one. I'll switch this out for the Comac so I get experience gain with it.
Your chosen Warframe suits you.
Because the Excal, the sword for this guy and the Exceltra should be enough to get me through this. I still have it set to global, so I'll get my team. I'll get a team of people again, another set of randos. It's all cooperative, so there's no competing against each other, otherwise I'd definitely lose. Okay.
The VIP that we're hunting is here. Find them and take them out.
So now this is a boss. We're just killing the boss.
The sector's investigation, but you are finally here. Within this millennia-old Orokin-turned-infested ship lurks a creature.
This is the Orokin tile set, by the way. The last one of the 4.
Dispatch this monster.
You saw a little bit of Corpus, a little bit of Grenier. The infested things on Demos are a little different. They kind of look like this, actually. This is partly the Orokin stuff. Partly infested, partly Orokin.
To draw it out.
Okay, so the boss is now here somewhere. It's this one. This one was kind of a pain. But I think my allies are pretty well fucking destroying it.
The Juggernaut has moved. It's safe to proceed.
I have fought this boss before, so I kind of have a general idea of what I'm doing. It's only got a certain couple of weak spots on it. As you can tell, the openings on it are the weak spots. My gun works better on this. Really? Wow, we got a bunch of quitters. Jeez. Annoying it's not showing a health bar. That's kind of the frustration. It's like this guy can only be hurt in a certain couple of spots. Come on, open up. There we go. Ammo again. My fucking shotgun is doing jack. Seltzer keeps running out of ammo, however. Oh, this guy's health now. Which means he can now be killed. He's not taking much damage. We got one of the things killed. In fact, I think we had two of the things killed. Really need some Mesa help on this one. She would have been the best frame for this. She's all about guns. You pretty much can't use any melee on this boss because it's just so big and like out of reach. Ammo again. Sure wish I could whack this thing. Would have been a lot easier if our allies had left. Getting close. It's almost dead. So close. Might have already killed it. My ally, my only teammate, might have. Oh, no, it's still there. So close to dying. Please just die. Might have finally gotten it. Nope, it's still not dead yet. Come on, die. Finally, that's that one dead. Now we only got this one. And boss. Or form of said boss, rather, I guess. Ammo. Oh good, he is this, but that's health. I need ammo. and get some ammo. Where is this guy? God, why does he keep standing in one spot? Really need ammo. There we go. Got some. This is gonna take forever. Shit. I'll let him try and revive me. Ammo, yes, good. Myself. Don't worry about it. Not sure if the health pool is shared across its entire. I guess it is. We almost have it. I think we killed it. No, no, it's still alive. It's dead. Hooray! We did it!
They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
Multiple biosignatures detected. We've got infested.
Yay, we did it! Boss completed. Oh wow, I got a shotgun ribbon mod. Gross. I hate these. $50,000 creds. For a total of 100,000 across those 3 missions. Now I can build Necros Prime.
Check your inbox, operator. Maybe orders will get a message someday.
What did I get? I get some kind of item? Man, what? Ah, I see. The Stalker. A NPC that's very similar to my ex-Cal Umbra here. Attacks from time to time in a mission. Is like a little mini boss that can appear. And this is actually his symbol right here. The Stalker symbol. But let's get Necros Prime going, and I think that's going to be it for today. I gotta get to the gym. I was gonna do Halo Infinite multiplayer a little bit, but that took a lot longer than I expected. So, all right. Well, hope you enjoyed a brief preview of Warframe, my new addiction, along with Danny. But yeah, this is Warframe. This is what it's all about. Doing missions and unlocking characters and using weapons and just chasing down everything under the sun. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Hope you guys had a good time, and I will see you next time. Let the stream go for a few more seconds here, and okay, see ya.